I've always been a hard worker, but despite my hardest efforts, I've never been able to realize the success I felt I deserved, be it financially, fitness related, or figuring out what I truly wanted out of life. Forcing myself to work harder never yielded better results. Success in life comes when you stop trying. So stop trying so darn hard and instead upgrade your brain to let success roll in effortlessly. Here's how I changed my brain to enjoy doing hard things, and how you can too, to create the success you know you deserve. There are no rewards in life. Most of life's greatest questions were answered hundreds, if not thousands, of years ago. But modern life remains a mystery because each of us needs to be in the right place at the right time for the right words to speak to us. For example, you may understand the importance of enjoying the moment or embracing the grind, but until you experience them for yourself, their wisdom is wasted. It's for this reason that the same stories will be told and retold until the end of time. With each new wave of humans comes the necessity for new renditions. Easy is relative, so is hard. This year, I turned 31, and one of the most interesting things about getting older is how relative age becomes. When I was a teenager, the idea of being 31 meant, well, being old. But today, I feel as though my adult life has only just begun, and can't imagine going back in time to when I knew so little. Humans can only discern reality through comparison. We fear the dark only through living in light. Pain and pleasure are judged only by our past experiences. We see color and shapes only by their contrasting surroundings. Without experience, we're clueless, and by manipulating your experiences, you can learn to control your reality. At the end of the day, success in life boils down to one thing: doing the things you know you should but don't want to do. So stop forcing yourself to do hard things. Instead, rewire your brain to enjoy doing the things you know you should and inherently want to do. You can do this by rearranging your reality. 1. Replenish your dopamine. In 2017, I decided this. To be happy, I needed to work for myself. I had recently quit my job and spent 2.5 years soul searching to discover what I wanted out of life. Although I succeeded in rekindling my creative passions, I had also worked myself into sizable debt. While I worked myself out of debt, I became obsessed with productivity hacks: Pomodoro, cycling, bullet journaling, time blocking, meditating, anything that could help me win back time and expedite financial security. But none of it worked because it was missing one key ingredient: pleasure. As much as I was determined to make a living writing, I wasn't enjoying the process, and only when I was ready to hear it did I stumble upon another life-changing piece of advice. The key to Ben's success was so simple. He delayed gratification to keep himself motivated and rewired his brain to derive pleasure from his work. Instead of replenishing his dopamine levels with a cold beer, Netflix, or a warm slice of pizza, he sought pleasure from building his business. This not only allowed him more time to craft the best possible content, but to enjoy the process as well. 2. Rediscover the pleasure of pain. Cold showers are a staple in the productivity world, but despite a litany of health benefits, most people find them too mentally taxing to do consistently. Personally, I attempted the conventional wisdom of embracing the suck for years, but inevitably my willpower would fizzle out and I'd give up. That is, until I mashed two pieces of wisdom together to find a mindset that worked for me. The first came from Dr. Andrew Huberman on an episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, where he said, "I think of it as facing mental walls. I aim for 3 walls." The second was from an undisclosed YouTube video: "Don't resist the cold, embrace it. Know that it's doing you good." With these simple words, I've been able to embrace the painful feelings of turning my shower cold each morning or submerging myself in a cold tub. Instead of facing the pain to reap the benefits, I'm slowly rewiring my brain to enjoy the process, knowing the good the pain is doing me. Although these quotes may have no positive effect on you at all, just know there is a combination of words out there that will open yourself up to hearing them. 3. Revitalize your idea of struggle. I've always struggled with money, not necessarily with making it, but feeling guilty about having it. My parents bestowed a feeling of privilege onto me at a young age. They'd tell me to clear my plate at dinner as starving kids existed around the world. And anytime I became too confident about my place in life, I was quickly reminded of how many advantages I had. Anytime I achieved anything, I felt guilty. So at 25, during a very cliche quarter life crisis, I sold all of my worldly possessions to travel the world and find my place in it. Over the span of 6 years, I dug myself into a hole of debt, climbed out, and gained a newfound perspective on life. Struggle, just like trauma, is entirely subjective, and it's never constructive to judge anyone else's struggle. Yes, there will always be those who have it worse, but there will always be others who have it easier. Instead of comparing your experiences to those around you, compare them to your own. Learn from your past to improve your present. Lean on what you know to uncover what you don't. And when facing difficult times, know you're creating a stronger, wiser you. Experience has the highest return of any investment you can imagine. So invest in experiences, painful, pleasurable, and everything in between. Final thoughts: pain, pleasure, it's all subjective. As Theodore Roosevelt famously said, comparison is the thief of joy. If you spend your life pursuing someone else's dream, you're in for an arduous road ahead. And if you face life's challenges only to get through them, you'll be dragging your feet for a lifetime. Instead, follow your own path and embrace each twist, turn, peak, and valley. Know that each misstep, stumble, and fall adds to the excitement of the journey. As cliche as it is to say, if you can learn to enjoy the journey, you'll never worry about reaching your destination again.